We're live again. This looks like the same thing that just, what is this? Deja vu? What's going on?
Who are you?
Who are
Is
you?
that Dole Whip Dad?
Is that the Lynn Project? Is this Creator Talk?
It is.
So
Here we
there's a
are.
lot going on in the world, and we're going to talk about some of it, and we're going to ignore some of it, and we'll see how chat. As always, we never know where chat takes us, but we're Disney people, and boy, there's a lot going on at Disney, and that's what I'm referring to, not what you probably thought I was talking about yet. And so there's a lot of people who are in our community who are over there watching, a little bit of them crying. It is what it is. What a weird day. What a
Yeah.
weird week. What a weird
Yep.
2 weeks. And
Yeah.
I'll say it. What a weird last 2 or 3 hours. Like, I've had a weird 2 or 3 hours, and you spent a full hour of it with me. That wasn't the weird part. It's been weird. But let me say hi to everybody in chat. Hello, person who I can't pronounce. I'm glad you're here. Hello, Dean, my friend. Hello, Mar, my friend. Hello, Jenny, my friend. Jenny B is just fun to say. Jack, Sandy Claus, Logan. Jack, who's not really Jack. He's Matt, right? Are you Matt? I think you're Matt. I hope I said that right. Hey, Addie, back. What's going on? I got to be on a live stream with Addie last night. I'm really glad to get to know you even a little better. Hello to all. So there's a lot of things to be annoyed with right now, Lynn. There's this thing that I don't want to talk about that I suspect we'll probably talk about a little bit, but I'd rather not.
Yeah.
And you'd rather not. My Disney
Yeah.
park memories hello. I've said this before, okay, but I'm going to say it again. If you know me, and you do, if you said to my wife or to my mom, what 2 things could you shut down on the same day to make Jeff saddest? Not family, just things that I love that you could turn off. It would be Major League Baseball and Disney, and they closed down on the same freaking day. And then you know what they said? They said, "Man, we'll let you know. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not sure when we'll come back. I mean, we're not going away forever." What a freaking crazy week!
Yeah. It's been cuckoo bananas. That's
Cuckoo
been my
bananas.
word. That's been my word to explain it because I don't even know what to say.
Not
So
a
cuckoo
bad word.
bananas.
And you know, me and you together. Thank you for being my guest on DisTube. She was my guest on DisTube for the second time. Some of you know because I see the faces over here. Some of you who are watching the replay may or may not know. Watch the replay. She's been on twice, and I'm glad it was you, and I'm kind of bummed it was you because I'm bummed. I'm bummed because one of the reasons I do the show is I want to promote my friends, my fellow creators, people I know well, I don't know well, but I like what they do, and I feel like I didn't get you as much juice, you know, as you normally would get being on my show. But I'm also really selfishly glad it was you because it's a weird time. Like, I don't like being emotional.
Yeah.
I try not to be emotional, frankly. And there's a lot of stuff going on right now.
There is. It's a weird time. But, you know, I made a post today on Instagram and not a lot of comments on it, which I'm fine with. I just wanted to say what I wanted to say. And it's just be a decent human. Be
I call that
kind to one another. And in times like these, it is really a huge determining factor in who you are as a person. And it allows you to show your true colors. Are you a good person or not? And you have a choice. Everyone has a choice. We all have that in ourselves.
Yeah.
Make the choice to be a good, kind person. If you see someone else, help them out. This is a time where Josh, Practically Perfect Power Copying, has said this multiple times, and I love it, and I will give him credit for it. I know he didn't create the saying, but high tide raises all ships.
Yeah.
And it is so true in so many facets of life. And this is one of them that, you know, we need to be there for each other.
It's weird, right? Like 2 weeks ago, the world was very different than it is right freaking now. A week ago, the same. Let's be real. 6 hours ago was different. And I don't want to go down that road. No, I'm serious. Like, there's news that's come out that I really don't want to talk about. I mean, I'm not opposed to talking about it, but, you know, things are things. And, you know, part of me wants to say stop watching the news. And then there's another part of me that agrees, but also says you need to be watching the news right now. I just think you've got to watch it and stay informed, but you've got to not let it. You got to know you. You got to let it. You got to know when it's affecting you, and your loved one, and
Yes.
play some Monopoly with your loved ones, or go for a run, or whatever it is that it is for you. I'm
Yes.
a big going for a run guy. Why? But
Yeah, I heard you sign up for a couple 5Ks in the next 2 months.
one. That's all. But I mean, you got to be you. You got to be you, and you got to take care of your kids, your wife, your husband, your daughters, your sons, your grandkids, your mom, your dad, your grandma, grandpa. You got to just check in with everybody, and there's some people are saying, hey, let's just take a pause, and there's other people are saying, hey, let's make sure we stay as normal as possible. I would say
Right.
whatever it is for you and your
Yes.
family, that's what you should do. And I don't think
Yes.
my answer should be the same for you. I mean, for me, we're very busy all the time. We haven't been as busy I'm talking about work now, this school year, as we have probably for me and my wife in probably a decade. Not that we're not busy, but it's just different right now. And because of what's going on in the world, we got called Friday after 4:30 p.m. So between 4:30 and 6, we got asked to start up a brand new program Monday at 8 a.m. That's tomorrow morning. And we're doing it. We're really excited about it. But I'm not complaining. I'm not even bragging. I'm just saying, I feel like everybody's saying, hey, we're going to have more time at the house with our loved ones and hang out. For me and my work and my personal family, quite the opposite. And we're excited about it. But it just, I guess my point is, you don't know where everybody else is. Just as you were saying,
Exactly. Yes, that's exactly it.
And for us as YouTubers, Roberto Blake said this. I said this to you last week. I think we have a responsibility. This is going to sound a little arrogant, but to keep being us, to keep doing what we do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. That's why when my guest for tonight on DisTube wasn't going to be able to make it, I wanted to make sure we could. So that was a very long way of saying thank you. And guys, I'm not ignoring you in chat. I don't know. I just got on a roll there. But Jenny B says, I love you guys so much for being a distraction of all this. I appreciate that, Jenny. And it makes me feel guilty for even mentioning it. But yeah, Magic the Mouse, my buddy says, stay away from the news. They need to be shut down. This is the best and only place. Yeah, well, I mean, you're right. Go to the CDC. And I will say, don't call them. You don't need to call them. Just stay informed. The Orlando guy, hey, I saw your hand.
You're Orlando guy.
Voice. I saw you buy some Starbucks. Hey, howdy, hey, my man. Yeah, Josh is doing such an amazing job. Hello, Mar. Hello, Sooner Girl. Hello, Lydia Gamer. Cricket Fox. Again, I apologize if I didn't say hi to you guys in chat.
Yeah, hi. Thank you guys so much for being here. We really appreciate it. We know that there's a lot going on and there's other streams and other places you could be. And a lot of you are Disney lovers and fans like us. And we appreciate you being here with us right now, with everything. Good.
So there was the big news I thought we might talk about, but I actually went with something that I talked about last Sunday. So last Sunday on Creator Talk, I made mention of it and I referenced it and I got a little heated in my own little brain. Senator Ed Markey is the guy who wrote COPPA, the Child Online Privacy Protection Act, that everybody was freaking out about. What, the last quarter of 2019, I guess, is that when it was?
Yeah.
October, November, December?
Yeah.
He's at it again, and I mentioned it last week. I just think it's important. I think it was an overreaction last time, and I think Senator Markey probably understands that it was, and now he's coming at it again. And I just want to inform everybody, let you guys make your own decision. So with your permission, Lynn, frankly, I'm going to read a little bit about it and then ask you what you think and then talk about it. Is that all right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I did. I think we were supposed to talk about this like 2 weeks ago.
Well, the news came out last week or a little bit before our show. Well, I mean, I read it. I don't know when it came out. That's when I read it. Well, okay, I'm looking at it now, March 6th. So it came out a little before our show, but whatever. I think we need to talk about it. I do. I think last time got too much notice, and I think so far this one hasn't yet. And I mean, we'll just see how it plays out. But
hey, Playdates. Hey, Big Noah. Yes, please. Let's dive into it.
All right. And I'm not even looking at our screen. So if anything happens in chat that I need to know about, somebody let me know. But I'm just going to read this for a minute. So I get this right off of TubeFilter. So if you use TubeBuddy, which you should, TubeBuddy, I'm building a relationship with TubeBuddy, and I've got some things to announce here in a little bit. I'm excited about, you guys are going to know about on this show first, and it's going to be helpful to you guys, I promise. But if you use the TubeBuddy app, it's free. You don't even have to pay for TubeBuddy to get this. And one of the pages is directly to TubeFilter, which is a great place to get YouTube and other social media news. And I found that right here. So from TubeFilter, Here we go. Ed Markey, the Democrat senator who wrote the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, COPPA, has co-introduced a new bill that, if passed, would force platforms with users under the age of 16 to radically alter the way they operate. That's what this guy, Senator Markey, is trying to do. He's trying to go after the big guys, the Facebooks, the YouTubes, and make it their responsibility to keep kids' data and viewership controlled. Quote, as children and teens increasingly spend their time on platforms like YouTube, TikTok, and Snapchat, Congress has yet to implement key safeguards that protect young people's well-being in the current digital environment. Markey and fellow bill co-writer Senator Richard Blumenthal, Democrat Connecticut, said in a statement. Markey added, powerful apps push kids to buy products at every turn online, and top platforms are saturated with disturbing content that no kid should ever be exposed to. If passed, the bill, the Kids Internet Design and Safety Act, KIDS, K-I-D-S, Kids Internet Design and Safety Act, would force platforms to disable core features such as video autoplay, likes, or upvotes, push notifications, and any feature that rewards young users with badges or visual award symbols based on elevated levels of engagement with the platform. That last one is vague, but could potentially target YouTube's channel memberships and Twitch's subscriptions, which commonly reward special badges or emojis. I'm not going to keep reading it. If you want it, I told you where it is. Just go to the Tube Buddy app, Tube or the Tube Filter webpage, and check it out. And so I'm gonna go on a little bit of a diatribe here, and I'll try to shut up, and then I'll ask Lynn what she thinks. I work with kids. My work, my life, it's about protecting kids. I worked for Boys and Girls Clubs for years. I'm an executive director, CEO. I've been of 2 Boys and Girls Clubs. We're now an independent organization. We still do the same thing. And it's all about keeping kids safe and mentoring kids. It's after school programs, blah, blah, blah. You don't want to hear about my work. If you do, ask me later. But that's not what this show's about. So I'm all about keeping kids safe, okay? But I'm not about going after a company and screwing with their, how do I say this, their business model because bad stuff happens. To me, that's like making the phone illegal because somebody can call a porn phone page.
Right.
I think my daughters have access to them way more than I ever had access to when I was their age. But that is my job. Now, I say all that, and 2 of my 4 kids we adopted. 2 of my 4 kids were foster girls. One was 4 and one was 6 when we got them. We adopted them. 2 popped out of my wife. That's how you get 4 daughters. Anyway. I've had foster kids for short periods of time. Some that we did a clinical level of foster care, which meant we had kids. They weren't coming out of the church choir. Let's put it that way. We dealt with plenty of kids I got threatened by kids who lived in my house more than once. I came out of it fine. It's all good. My point isn't to brag. My point is to say, I get that not everybody has Lynn as a mom, Jeff as a dad.
Yeah.
I get that. And so we do need to have some level of protection. And I think we need to go after the bad guys. Like, if you don't like cigarettes, make cigarettes illegal. Don't get mad at the dude who runs the 7-Eleven because he sells cigarettes and it might go to a kid.
Right.
I have way more to say, but I need to shut myself up. What say you? And please disagree, agree. We haven't talked about this too much. All you knew is I wanted to talk about it. What say you? I'm gonna scroll chat because I feel like I missed it. But thoughts, any comments, concerns, questions, any of it?
Well, my first thought is, how are they going to police this? My kids both have I have a 12-year-old. He has.
May I answer? They're going to make them not have super stickers. They're going to take away memberships. They're going to take away things that you can join and things that the animated super sticker, the thing that comes from Twitch that now YouTube has, is being attacked because they 2 senators say that it is enticing to kids to get them to take their money.
How are they going to know that viewer is under a certain age?
They're not. They're going to take away. So they're going to take away memberships. They're going to take away super stickers. They're going to take away
for everyone.
Yes.
Okay. Because I was going to say, how are you going to police that? Because I come home and my kid's watching PewDiePie and I get annoyed. I'm like, what?
I honestly don't know much about him. I know there's been a lot of controversies. I've read that he's a wretch. I've read that he's misunderstood and he's a nice guy and positive. I don't honestly know. I've not watched him at all.
I'm not 100% sure, but my kid loves watching him, and
Did I call him a wretch? Where did that come from?
I don't even know what that means, but I just go with it. But I don't know. I know that, and Mark kind of said this, parents should be the responsible party. I agree, because you are responsible for parenting your kid, and parenting is part of monitoring what they're taking in, what they're watching. I know when I come out and Luke's on the computer and he's playing games with his friends, I know he's playing Roblox. I know who he's talking to. I know afterwards what YouTube channels he's watching. And yeah, like he's going to watch PewDiePie. Sure, go for it. Every other kid is doing it.
I mean, isn't
And
there some assumed if my kid is on the thing, Twitch or whatever, where is there the lack of assumption that I obviously made the choice that it's okay with me? If my daughter is on whatever, fill in the blank. My daughter watches a lot of YouTube. She can't find my channel to save her dang life, but she knows YouTube.
mine either.
It's some girl who's really mad at somebody who sold her some makeup, or something along those lines. But my point is, I'm okay with it, or she wouldn't watch it. Now, somebody in chat, somebody in the world might be saying, yeah, you don't know what they're watching. I'm okay with my level of trust in her. She's 18 for one, or she wouldn't have access to it. I mean, there's plenty of tools that I can use on this technology to block it from anyone who lives in my house.
Yeah.
I'm choosing to ignore it, to use it, and or whatever. It seems to me, and I'm not trying to be Mr. Conservative or Mr. Liberal. I'm not trying to, I mean, obviously my truth flies out and people can figure out where I am, and I don't care. I'm not trying to hide anything, but I'm not trying to tell you who to vote for or how to think. I am saying, if you think the government's good at it, you better be talking about killing people and breaking things, because that's all they're good at, people.
I think Jenny B said it. Just like Facebook. I remember Facebook. For one, in the very beginning, Facebook, this is a segue, but off topic, kind of on topic. Facebook originally started, you had to be a college student. And then
Facebook at what, Harvard, right? I think it was at Harvard at first. I don't know.
You had to be a college student to have a Facebook. It was exclusive. It was this exclusive community. And then it opened up to everyone, but you had to be 13 and over. So then I find my 8-year-old niece on Facebook, and I'm like, what? Everybody just lies about their age, and my 13-year-old nephew says he's 21. I'm like, you're not 21. What? And everybody's on there. So to police something you can't police unless you just exclude everyone, because you can't say a certain age unless it's ridiculous. It's like saying don't breathe air unless you're whatever. I don't know. If you're outside, you have to only breathe this air, and unless you're of this certain whatever, then you can't do it. It doesn't work. So that's my standing on it. I think it's absolutely ridiculous when it comes to the internet to try and police that. It's almost impossible. Yeah. I don't see that going through. But
I don't even know, in today's day and age. I mean, again, we said this in the last stream. We said it in between streams when it was just me and you. And we're going to say it now. The world is changing so fast right now. It's a presidential election year, which means it's a House election year and Senate election year. So nobody can honestly tell you whether they have any idea what's going to happen in November as it relates to the presidency of the Senate or the House. Heck, we don't even know what's going to happen. Do we need more of this? I mean, we have other things going on right now. And the world, the economy was strong and thriving 3 weeks ago. And right now we're talking about potential recession. So my point in saying this isn't to get all serious on everybody. It's we have no idea. Anybody who tells you they know what's going to happen now is a lying liar or a freaking idiot. And
Yeah.
but here's what I know. No, that would be funny to say right there. Here's
My
what I know
therapist
that we
does.
don't know. And that means that who knows if this would go through or not. We have no way of knowing the political landscape as it relates to control or lack of control. Obviously, there's one side that wants more government control and one wants less. I'm not trying to take a position. If you've been listening at all, you can tell what side I'm on. I'm not trying to get anybody to vote anyway. I'm just saying politicians, like even this whole thing about net neutrality, nobody understands it. I mean, I'm sorry, that sounds arrogant because I do. But when I listened to people talking about net neutrality, the arguments had nothing related to what was going to happen if it happened. And if you want to know, Mark Cuban, I thought, had a great explanation for it. Check it out. Then we have this COPPA thing, not the one now, but before. People were talking about it as if
God,
the
that
Child
was
Online Privacy Protection Act was about keeping kids safe. No. And jerk off from I don't remember where now is calling it kids, the kids safe, whatever. This is a control grab.
yeah.
It's not going to keep kids safe. They're going to sign up.
Wow.
You're taking stuff from Google because they're making billions.
Yeah.
Google, Alphabet, Google, YouTube, all the same thing. Facebook, all those people are being attacked, rightfully or wrongfully, because they've got the dollars.
Right.
And
That's what it comes down to. It's my kids are going to watch whatever they're going to watch, and some law, COPPA, whatever, it's not going to stop them. The only thing that's going to stop them is me or my husband.
it's going to stop Twitch and YouTube. This thing would stop Twitch and YouTube from doing gamification types of things, like the things we do. Like I hear a rumor that people run around for fun and to get in shape, and they have on their phones these things where you can earn levels, and come on. You know why I did 5K? What you run? You're a runner, right?
I wouldn't call myself that.
Okay. Well, you just did a 5K, and then you did one, and you went, I'm going to do another one of those. I did 5K. I'm like, I won't be doing that again. So you define you however you want. But I am not a runner. But I paid some dollars and went on a trip to do a 5K. Why? Do you know? I bet you do.
To run through Pandora empty.
Because I wanted the stupid medal, which is right over there.
Yeah.
So is Senator, I'm an idiot and I want to control your life, telling me I can't? I'm not going to run another 5K unless there's a really freaking good medal. And then you know what? I'm going to run a 5K because I want the medal. And I'm 50. I'm not 14. Why can't we have fun? Why can't it be gamified? This is supposed to be fun. I got a super chat in the last stream. You were there. It was very generous. It made my day. And it had a cute little thing on it. That would be targeted in this stupid situation.
That's ridiculous.
Meaning people would have less ability to help people they wanted to help. And, I'm not saying, oh, they're going to take my money. That's not what I'm saying. It's the gamification thing of it that they want to take away because they think it attracts kids. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I mean, it makes sense, but it's also stupid. It doesn't, because it's not going to work the way that they are saying that they want it to. It just, it's not good. I don't know really how else to put it other than policing that is almost impossible unless you have a chip connected to a child and that's them logging in, like, okay, this 11-year-old right here is logging in and he's watching so and so right now. Otherwise,
well, I mean, our computers have IP addresses. As soon as somebody tells me they want one in me, yeah, try that in Texas. We'll see.
Yeah.
Magic Mouse says Dole Whip Dad got a participation trophy.
So after I did my 5K, it was sign up for Wine and Dine. I don't know if you saw what I did. Did you see what I did?
The two pictures. The this is reality. This is Instagram.
No. So
I'm gonna need more information. I've seen a lot of your content. I don't know what you're talking about.
I I had Wine and Dine sign up for the first week in November, the Wine and Dine run, and I spent no less than an hour trying to get the 10K. I wanted to do my first 10K, and I tried
That
to go
sounds
through
cool.
checkout, and
So wait, like a 5K and then a whole nother 5K afterwards?
yeah, like but at once. And I was like, yeah, I'm ready to do it. I want to do a 10K, and I have 7 months to figure it out, so I'll be good. And then I tried to check out, it didn't work. So I went in again, tried to check out, didn't load, reset. So I got in a third time, and all that was left, 5K sold out, 10K sold out. So now I'm doing a 2-course challenge, 19.1 miles in 2 days, the beginning of
I did not know that.
I'm I'm a psychopath. It's insane.
Hey,
And I'm
John
not a
Joe,
runner. I
I
still
well,
haven't
I
ran.
respect it, but here's the thing: should the government tell you? Should the government tell Nike? Should the government tell the city of wherever you live that they can't have a cute little medal for you to run because it's might be attracted to kids? And the answer that they would say would be no, because that's healthy for you. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not saying there's not bad stuff on the internet. There is, but the turtle who puts his head in under doesn't help anybody. I remember years
Right.
ago, I've shared on I don't know if it was this stream or last stream, what I do for a living and what I've done for a long time. And I remember I've been doing this for a while. And I remember back in the 90s when I was doing what I was doing at a different level, and MySpace was the thing. And I was the young guy, I was a middle manager. I was
I
moving on
remember
in my career.
MySpace.
Oh, and I'm in this room with all these crusty old people who don't work with kids, but just pay me to work with kids at the time, right? And they're telling me what we should do about MySpace, and they couldn't spell my or space. They couldn't plug in the computer. They knew nothing. And I remember sitting there thinking, these people are too stupid to have this power over our
Right.
1,000 kids that are coming over. And I finally said, we need to have it for them and monitor it, and have it be us, me and my team, that were their mentors monitoring it. And we worked in a gang heavy area, and there was a lot of gang stuff on MySpace. There's a lot of gang stuff everywhere. There's
Yeah.
freaking terrorism chat rooms, and there's all kinds of stuff. Are we supposed to shut
Yeah.
it all down? No, we're supposed to beat it, fix it, whether it's porn or terrorism or whatever the negativities are that we want to keep the kids away from. Let's keep the kids away from them. Let's
Right.
not go at why are they going after Twitch, which is Amazon, and YouTube, which is Alphabet, but
Right.
not something. I mean, the answer is clear. Yeah,
Money?
money. Alphabet, Google, YouTube, same company. Amazon, owner of Twitch. Come on,
Yeah.
it's disgusting, and it's under the guise.
I was gonna say it's gross.
So anyway, I'd like to know what you guys think in chat. Am I being too political? I'm trying to be, I swear. But do you think, and this is for you, Lynn, and for anybody in chat, do you think that government should go in there and take away super chats with the cute little emojis? Should they take away memberships on Twitch because that might be attractive to kids? Do you think I'm making
No.
a big deal about it? I'd like to hear from
No.
Lynn and everybody in chat.
Okay, so there's another channel I started following. Side note, backstory: our nephew had SMA, spinal muscular atrophy, and we lost him a few years ago. And there's this YouTube channel that has a grown adult, and they have a what do they call it? Uh, multi-abled relationship. So his girlfriend fiance is fully abled, and he has SMA, and they just went live for their quarantine. I don't, not many people are very familiar with this, but uh your your muscles deteriorate, and then they just deteriorate more over time, and his lung capacity is compromised, and so he has like 25% function. So he put himself on a self quarantine, and they went. My whole point with this was they went live for, I am pretty sure it was their first time going live, and they have over they're almost at 600,000 subscribers.
Wow.
And they went live. I think it was their second time, but their first time, I have no idea about that. But they had no idea. And it was so funny to watch their dynamic. And they're like, someone in their chat was just like racing. Like you couldn't even keep up. I couldn't even read it in chat.
When you get over a couple of hundred, it's hard. Josh and Jenna were at 7,000, 8,000. I mean, it's at 4,000 right there over there, and you can't read it.
Bananas.
Yeah. So 600,000, I can't even imagine.
Yeah, and it was just scrolling. They have no idea. They had no moderators.
People like Joe Rogan, who does a podcast, and he live streams it. He turns off live chat. Like when it's live, he turns off live chat. You almost have to do that.
Yeah, exactly. But they wanted to talk to people to let them know that we're okay. This is what we're doing to protect ourselves, and concerned subscribers knowing, all of their background and what they were there for. And it was so funny being smaller channels and knowing so much about the live stream community, and they had 0 moderators. Right now, all of my comments that are showing right now are all mods. And they had a troll, and somebody they kept commenting like block this person, and she was saying like, I can put someone in a timeout. It was so funny
and they had 600K subscribers,
and not knowing that. I
remember when I had no idea what a mod was. Then I remember thinking, why would anyone want to be a mod?
Right.
And come on, I'm at way less than 600,000 subscribers.
Yeah, but I don't know. They got super chats beyond belief, like super stickers and things like that. But they were just people that enjoyed their content, showing their love and appreciation for creating and sharing their story. And for any of that to go away, that saddens me. Like that shouldn't ever go away, that people should be able to show appreciation for the community and the content that other people create.
It's not this content, our content, all the content you're talking about, it's not behind a paywall. It's free. If you want to support me, if you want to support Lynn, if you want to support Gonzo, if you want to support Magic the Mouse, it's there for you if you want to. It's not you have to. And those senators will create you have to go to so Google obviously does well with YouTube. They take 30% of every super chat. They get a nice 70%, I think. Hey, Brian. Hey, Captain, not Akron. They get a nice percentage of the AdWords because it's theirs. These, my subscribers are their customers.
Right.
You guys choose to for free watch the show, but they're Google's, their YouTube's, their Alphabet's customers. They share their revenue with us. If this went away, if the model went away, if the government, if these senators got their way, all of this, 90% would go away. And then the 10% that stayed would all be behind a paywall. Be behind a paywall, which you could argue is better, I suppose, but you'd be wrong. And I'd have, even if I was drunk and half asleep, I could beat you in that argument. But I suppose you could argue that. Does that make sense?
I just think it's absolute ridiculousness.
It's I only want to have the regulated, what I accept to be okay content creators. Like there's a topic too that I want to get to that I don't even know if you're going to want me to talk about, but it's because it's a little bit about Corona and COVID-19, but I think it's a good segue.
We can. I don't know if you're going to like what I say, but
let's just dive into it. So and then see what happens, and we'll go from there, and we'll come back to COPPA. So here's the other thing, and let me just read the headline, okay? Again, from TubeFilter, which you can get right on the TubeBuddy app, and/or just go to the TubeFilter website. I want to give credit where credit's due. Here's the headline: YouTube will allow a limited number of channels to monetize coronavirus content. CEO Susan W. says. Now, I did a video the other day, mostly tongue-in-cheek, not totally, about what I'm doing different. I have some ideas for this week on continuing that series. What have I done differently since all of this has gone down? Well, I call my mom maybe a little more. I wash my hands more. I notice when I do this, and I try not to do this as much. I mock everyone for not having toilet paper. I've bought some stock. My wife, I got to tell you about that, but we'll do that after. I've bought some stocks. I'll buy some stocks tomorrow. I'm not rich. I'm middle class, happily in the middle of middle class.
Yeah.
But everything's on sale right now. And some other things too. And so I put out a video that had, I don't know if it had Corona or COVID, maybe both. I don't remember the title. In the title, fully doing a little bit of going after something that's hot on the YouTube, but also trying to bring a little levity to it. And by the way, go wash your hands, dummy. You're going to be fine, right?
Right.
It,
Yeah.
it did not get got demonetized. It took a full day to get it monetized. And let's be real, I don't care. I make a couple dollars on the videos that do good per video. I'm not doing great. So it's $2, all right? It's no big deal. But it kind of is over the length of it, because you know what they were doing? They were putting ads on there. There were still ads on there. YouTube was just getting 100% of the ads instead of sharing 30% with me.
Really?
Now, it's their customer. It's not mine. They choose when to share and when not to share. Yeah, my wife had to sit through quite a long ad. And I told her, you can skip that one. We're not monetized, and it's 5 cents and all that. But let's just talk about this real quick, okay? So again, I'm just reading an article from Tube Filter. I don't want anyone to think it's me, by James Hale, 4 days ago. YouTube will, sorry, YouTube will, see, they're giving me a virus. YouTube will begin allowing a limited number of channels to run ads on content about the novel coronavirus, CEO Susan W. says. In a letter to creators, Ms. W. wrote that YouTube's sensitive events policy, under which it demonetizes content about events like natural disasters, shootings, and pandemics that result in a loss of life, was designed to apply to short-term events. So I get it. If some idiot is using a tragedy to spread false information, to scare people, to hurt people, that should be handled. Me telling people to wash their hands doesn't hurt anybody, and no one has to watch it. YouTube began considering the COVID-19 outbreak as a sensitive event in the middle of February and subsequently demonetized any video with more than a passing mention of the coronavirus. This led to complaints from a number of creators, including Linus Tech Tips and Philip DeFranco. They got a picture of a tweet from Philip DeFranco. YouTube on their way to demonetize the coronavirus, and it's just Jimmy Kimmel being stupid. My point is, it's the same thing as the other topic that we just talked about.
Yeah.
Under the guise of protecting people, acting stupid. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. I mean, I think there's just so much panic going on and fear of the unknown that everybody's in this state of that, like fear of unknown, and everybody is reacting and not sure. A lot of YouTubers are taking it as an opportunity to try and clickbait and, click on this and do that. But let's be real. Don't get your coronavirus information from a YouTuber. Go to a national website like the CDC and find your information there.
But let me ask you very personally. I did a video about Corona, about COVID-19. It was me having a little intro and then me washing my hands.
Yeah.
And I got very detailed in it. It was like 2 minutes.
I laughed. I watched that video.
Thank you. I had two goals. One, make people smile and giggle. I thought it was funny. Two, maybe I remind somebody to wash their hands 1 or 2 more extra times, right? Kind of win-win. Now, I'm not saying I'm so important. Come on. I don't know. 100 people watch. I don't know. But it's nothing controversial. There's nothing wrong with that. Should we stop those kinds of things in an effort to prevent some loser in Tennessee from buying up all the freaking hand sanitizer and trying to sell it up in Amazon?
That's not going to stop anybody.
It's dumb. It's a false belief that if we attempt to control things, let's just be real with people.
Yeah,
Dollywood Adventures. Yeah, I've got it on here too. I'm watching it. There's still a lot of people. There's over 4,000 over there. I don't know. It just bugs me. Again, I feel like my politics is sneaking out, but I don't believe that people being controlled helps anything. I think that people given information And I get it. If you tell everybody the truth, 10% are going to think, oh my gosh, the sky is falling. 10% are going to think, oh my gosh, it's time to go buy some stock. And 80% are going to have to read it 12 times to figure out what it said. And maybe that's a bad number grouping, but so what?
I think that generally people just aren't informed enough, or they don't seek out the information enough. And what I have noticed in my experience is that a lot of it is regurgitation. So they hear someone say something and then they just say it, and they have no thing to validify what they're
Yeah.
saying. They just
Yeah.
heard it.
The public class, the how do I say this? The political class has this belief that their job is to act. Sometimes, in my never sold opinion, their job is to stay the heck away from me and my family. And I don't think they get that. Where I do what I do. I've worked with city councilmen and county commissioners, and maybe up the ladder a little bit more than that. And even if they're great guys and gals, at some point they just think they're supposed to help me. Here's how you help me: stay out of my way.
Yeah.
I run a nonprofit. The government gets in the way more than it helps by leaps and bounds. And again, I'm not trying to be political. I'm trying to say this is silly. I mean, let's just look at these quotes. Please don't forget what you're going to say. I feel like I stepped on you. Addie says, why is it wrong for you to get paid for your COVID-19 video, but all right for YouTube to get paid? Unfortunately, the answer to that is because they're their customers, not mine. I said that on purpose.
Right.
YouTube subscribers are my subscribers. They're not my customers. You watch a video that is paid for by Allstate Insurance. Allstate pays YouTube, and then they give me some of the money, not the other way around. Brian says everybody needs to relax and believe in the Lord. I agree with that. Mar says, hey, I'm in Tennessee. Love you, Mar. So's that idiot who's doing that. He's your son. Punch him in the neck for me. Jenny B says, hey, that sanitizer guy lives in my town.
Oh,
Donald,
no.
do me a favor, Jenny. Punch that guy in the neck for me.
Yeah, seriously. I have very limited amounts of sanitizer, Lysol, toilet paper. I can't get any of it.
Come to Texas, buddy. We will Robin Hood that guy, and I'll be first in line. Brian says everyone needs to wash their hands more and stay away from people sick. Amen. Gonzo says money, 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 money. Mike went to Costco and bought. Oh, where'd it go?
Okay, Shelly.
The toilet paper. Did he really?
Oh, no, he's the toilet paper guy. Don't be that guy.
I'm sorry, Matt, but you got to straighten out your uncle then. I mean, we all need toilet paper. Like, honestly, I made fun of you. We were talking about the other night Thursday. Yeah. I know how many rolls we have now. We're getting down to a number 2. My staff at my
number
store, I know the number that we have. My staff at my store today called and said, I know the number of rolls we have there too. And we're going to run out tomorrow at work if we don't get our shipment, which is due tomorrow. And he's a local guy and whatever. It is what it is. But come on, you don't need all the. If you see the pallet and your first thought is I need to buy it all, you're kind of a jerk. And I'm happy to be the first one to tell you. Hey, Shelly, what's going on? Jenny B says it's hard for YouTube to go through every single. It's totally not, Jenny. It's totally not. The algorithm checks for the words. Yeah, they know before I'm done uploading. Before the upload is done.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really not. It's not a person. Hey, Diz Our Dream, what's going on?
Hey, Jeff. So when we upload a video to YouTube, when it's finished loading into our YouTube studio, it'll say whether it's flagged for copyright or any of that stuff. So before we actually upload it for viewing, we'll know if we don't want it to be like if it says it's flagged for copyright. I can.
So every time it's been flagged for, well, not for copyright. Every time I've had one that was flagged for demonetization, all I do is click on the please review it, and within 2 to 18, 20 hours, it gets monetized because I'm not breaking the rules because I can read the rules and I don't want to lose my channel. So it's usually the algorithm being too strict, which I'm okay with. Come on, I don't mind. That COVID video is monetized now, by the way. The one that I mentioned, it is monetized now because somebody manually checked it. But my point is, I'm not trying to make money on that video. That's not my point. My point is the larger thing. And to what Mar asked, again, why is the senator so vehemently trying to protect kids? What is his backstory that makes him think kids need his help? Mar, respectfully, I don't know, but I don't care. he's a control freak. I have a opinion, and I work with kids, and my opinion is that if we let the government have say over kids, we're not going to do well with that. I think that I get it. There's bad parents. I work with school districts. I've worked with school districts since '93, intimately since '95, and there's great people there, and there's people you don't want around kids there, and everybody in between. And if we think that some group, it's the same thing with COVID. I feel that's why I think this is a good segue. Whether it's COVID or entertainment and or information content on social media, YouTube, and others, if we think somebody else is supposed to do something, we're wrong. It's up to me. If it's to be, it's up to me. I'm the gatekeeper of the information that I allow my 4 daughters. Well, my two got married. Now I'm not. They get to do what they want.
Amen.
And
none of that, but all of it.
Whether I allow a lot or a little is my call, right?
Yeah.
It's my call. Like I'm watching The Sopranos right now. I've mentioned that a few times, and it's fun.
Yeah.
Tony Soprano and me don't dad the same. I know he's a character, but what he thought was okay for his 2 kids, I might not have done. And what I do with my kids, I have people in my life who think I'm way too strict. I have people in my life who think I'm way too, what's the opposite of strict? Loose, I guess.
Yeah, lax.
Both of them are wrong. They're my kids. And I don't have any vote on how you parent as a mom, Lynn. I don't have any vote at all. And I do work in this field. I do work in a field where we're trying to help kids. I do have a teachable point of view. And if you don't like my teachable point of view, you don't have to send your kid to my program. But I don't have to do what you want, Mrs. Smith, because you think, I've had that conversation with parents many a time. Yeah. I just think that in today's day and age, we look to the principal. We look to the teacher. We look to the janitor.
You want someone to blame.
Yes.
For something else where parents need to.
How many times I've had a mom or a dad? How many times I've had a mom or a dad come into my room, into my office? I invite them in because Jimmy is taking a week off from our program because he ignored me saying you don't get to punch Billy in the face or whatever. And then Mr. or Mrs. My kid didn't do that, comes in and says, what did you do to make my kid do that? And that's when I say, now this is the 50-year-old version, not the 23-year-old version of me. I'll say, look, here's the deal. You're not going to like what I have to say. I'm here to help you do what you want and or need to do with your son and or daughter. Yeah. I'm not here to judge you. I'm here to tell you that he punched Jimmy in the face. If you're going to argue with me, we're done.
Yeah.
I don't have any legal responsibility to do what you think I need to do. You sent your kid here so we would mentor him or her. They can do their homework here. We can play dodgeball. We can play, Legos. All the things we do.
Yeah.
But you don't get to tell me anything but thank you. That's really all you get to say. I mean, that's really all. And I think that, when I started in '93, it was a little different. Parents were a little more respectful of the leadership. Now we expect so much of the leadership, and if we don't like what they do, we slam them. It is an impossible position for teachers and the like to be in. And I think it's that mentality. Hey, Dev, what's going on, buddy? How are you? Hey, did I say hi to Diz Our Dream? I think I said hi to Diz Our Dream.
Yeah.
Everybody, Prince Charming Dev, good buddy of mine, great channel. Get over there, check out his channel. He's in the chat right now. If you think that some senators are going to write some more legislation that's going to protect kids, the internet would look so different. The monetization, the opportunity for growth. People like Dev, people like me, people like Lynn. I'm not putting myself in Dev's spot, by the way. That's way bigger and better than what I'm doing. But it's going to hurt us. Like me and Dev had a great conversation about, and I'm like, hey, come off the ledge here, buddy. Now, if this one goes through, I'm a little more upset than I was.
Yeah.
Who knows? My goodness, buddy. For plenty of little. Blue Nose says for plenty. Thank you for the super chat. For plenty of little bottles of hand sanitizer.
That might be all I can find at this point in my life.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you so much. But my point is, this one I think is less likely to go through, but more likely to do damage. And I feel like I took up your spot. I know I interrupted you. What were you going to say? Do you remember where you went?
No, just that I agree with that. And I know exactly where you're coming from. And I think that parents really need to
Yeah.
own up so much more than they do as far as parenting and their roles. And they look for teachers and caregivers and, like you said, principals to do their job for them. And I think that they've lost a lot of it where it starts at home. Ultimately, you're the parent. Teach your kid things. First of all, teach them how to wash their hands so that
And
we don't
stop
have
diving
to.
into creators' pockets.
Yeah.
Come on. The content we make that YouTube shares some people are making a real living. I don't want to poo-poo that, but you're not helping kids by taking away all the content by the middle and the small creators. And that this one scares me. I want to say, I've like 5 times I stopped myself from saying, I don't think this was going to go through because it's so absurd. But clearly this guy saw the reaction to COPPA and said, okay, well, I'll try again and I'll call it kids this time. And, I hope we get educated about it as we get towards November. And I think currently no one's going to pay attention to it because we got bigger fish to fry currently.
Right. There's so many distractions going on in the world right now. But I mean, I just pray that this all works out for the best. And I don't know. My message is parents, parent your kids, monitor them, teach them right from wrong.
Yeah.
If you're worried about what they're watching, monitor it, go through their things, put locks on their thresholds of what they watch. You can do that. There's apps for that. Be a parent.
I totally agree with you, but for me, it's even more. It's stop thinking. It's a money grab, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Twitch is Amazon, YouTube is Alphabet. It's a money grab. They want to get their grubby hands on it, and I think that a little emoji on the end of a super chat. I don't know what Twitch does exactly, but I know it's like that. It's not enticing kids. Now, there's plenty of things that entice kids. I get that. Come on. Yeah, right, Mar. Well, it won't be COPPA this time. It'll be kids. Like whenever a politician writes a bill and the letters are clearly chosen to make it something that we're all for. It's like the clean air bill. It's all about, clean air, because who's against clean air? Who's against clean air? Who's against kids? That's
right.
BS, man. That's BS. Everybody loves kids. Everybody wants, I'm on the side of protecting kids. I actually am. I work in that field. But who doesn't? Who's not on that side? That's a stupid. The bear who's trying to eat me, that's stupid. That's a totally dumb thing.
Kids are baby goats. They're protecting the baby goats.
Okay. All
goat
right.
milk. Goat cheese. Oh, goat cheese. Protect the goat cheese.
Chev. That I can get behind. Have you had Chev?
Chev? No. I don't know what that is. I've had goat cheese. Goat cheese I love. Is it close?
Have you had cow cheese too?
Yeah, every day.
There's a lot of kinds of cow cheese, right? Guess what? There's a lot of kinds of goat cheese too.
Okay, all
right. I don't know why I'm going back and forth, but I kind of like that. I might keep doing that.
Because you're getting happy talking about cheese. Yeah. cheese talk makes everybody happy.
Okay, it's going crazy. Let's talk about cheese. So tonight we talked about COPPA. We've talked about a little bit of the COVID YouTube thing. You know what we haven't talked about?
Cheese.
No, we just did. Pretty sure that was you. 2 seconds ago. No, we haven't talked about our sponsor. My buddy, Bill, the Magic of the Mouse podcast. The Magic of the Mouse podcast, where each week your host, Bill Guerrero Sr. and Bill Guerrero Jr. will be bringing you the latest Disney news and discussing everything Disney. Coming up in March on the Magic of the Mouse podcast will be 2 special guests. One that he just posted, dropped, uploaded, whatever it is. My buddy and yours, Richard, the Orlando guy, was on. That's dropped, and I hear it's awesome. I haven't listened to it yet. I will. I wanted to listen to it yesterday, but I haven't yet. And somebody else who looks a lot like the Lynn Project, sounds exactly like the Lynn Project. It's Lynn from the Lynn Project. And she'll be recording that soon. New episodes drop every Wednesday morning on all major podcast apps: Apple, Stitcher, Spotify, Overcast, iHeartRadio, and Google. I'm kind of mad at Richard from the Orlando guy, because from what I hear, his episode is about to surpass my episode, which used to be the most listened to episode of the Magic of the Mouse podcast. So I'm going to have to kneecap him and get back on that show. And so,
I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait.
Oh, he's a great guy. They're a great guy. So in all honesty, guys, check out the Magic of the Mouse podcast on all places where you can find podcasts. And I'm going to copy and paste in right now a link to their YouTube page. They're great guys. We're also going to be doing some sports things. You'll see that on my channel, I guess, starting this Tuesday. Well, we've been doing a little bit already. But anyway, great guy, sponsor of this show and DizTube as well. So I feel like I've gone on a little diatribe. I don't know that this is helpful. Like at the end of the show every week, I usually ask Lynn a question that sounds something like, do you think we helped anybody with anything this week? I don't know. I think I'm just passing on information this week, right? Like the COPPA thing didn't work, and now the guy's actually trying to do something that I'm more fearful of than I was the first one, maybe because I just learned of it and I was surprised. I don't know. And then this, I don't know, the Corona COVID-19 thing. I guess deep down, I know there's a lot of misinformation down there, so I'm probably less annoyed with that one, but I don't know. Are we providing value tonight? What are your thoughts?
I personally feel like there was value provided, as in a sense of community, and we're all here. We're talking about things that we might be concerned about, and we're all in it together and talking through it, and we're there for each other. And if you have any other concerns about things, like, feel free to reach out to myself or Jeff throughout the week. We both are very active on our Instagrams, our DMs. We will talk to you about whatever you want to talk about. And we enjoy this both so much, and sharing this community and growth. And sometimes it's going to be like this, and other times we're going to share with you the learning tools that are going to help you grow in ways that helped us grow. And that's the beauty of Creator Talk, is it's creators talking about things that apply to us. And that's what's relevant this week and right now. And that's what we wanted to talk about. So that's where we're at. And I think there's 17 here right now. It's a weird night. Normally there's more, but there's 17, 18 people that are getting some sort of value from this.
I like this, and me and you could do this without anybody listening, and I would still enjoy it. But I want to provide value. I do. This is a little off kilter for my channel, but I love it. I'm passionate about it. I think like with Corona, I think that there's a lot of misinformation. I think the YouTube community, for whatever reason, lends itself to a lot of misinformation, a lot of drama, a lot of confusion, a lot of well-meaning people saying the wrong thing, and a lot of not well-meaning people leading people astray. And I'm not saying I know everything. I'm not saying I'm right all the time. Please don't think I think that. But I do think it's easy to put out. I feel like I'm putting out the other side a lot on these things. And I don't know, the Corona thing I thought was important to talk about as it relates to YouTube. The new COPPA thing, the kids thing that the senator is going to try to push through. We'll see. I'll be monitoring it. We'll see if it goes away. I don't know.
One thing I do love about this is, like, it's a weekly show. So every week we're here and we're revisiting different topics that we touched on the week before and catching up, and we're in it together. And
amen. Was it Mark? No, Diz Our Dream just said that. Yeah.
Yes, I love, exactly, all in this together. And I love that we're all here connecting as a community, and it's an open forum. We don't have to all agree. That's the beauty of it, but we all can offer our opinions or our voices, and you can say something I don't agree with. I can say something you don't agree with, but that is our voices, and we're talking about it, and there's different perspectives, and that's okay. And we're all here, like, this is us holding each other's hands, like, Purelled and they're slipping, through the internet. But through social distancing and everything that's going on, like, this is exactly what we need to be doing right now, is
Yeah,
sticking with this and staying together and
I
talking
know.
and having fun. We don't need to be, sitting there freaking out and worrying about if we have enough rolls of toilet paper. Of course.
I
But
agree.
yeah,
I like what you said. That made me feel better. I got to be honest. I don't know. It's one of those things. I know I get passionate, and I know I hope I make sense when I'm getting all passionate like that. But I just think the information is out there, but for whatever reason, sometimes the misinformation, the fear, the BS gets amplified. And I don't think my voice can cut through it all. But if I'm honored to have 20 people in here,
yeah,
I'm trying my best to do what I think is my duty and my best to share the
you said
positive and the
duty.
truth and the negative if I need to. I don't know. It is what it is. But you know what else I haven't done yet tonight?
What?
I haven't put in the link for our sponsors podcast. I keep putting in the YouTube channel, which is good, but check out the podcast. Let me finish up with the sponsor just because
Yes.
it's on my mind.
Yes.
There's the podcast. He's a YouTuber. He's a podcaster. He's a great guy. He's a Phillies fan, but ignore that part. Be sure to follow Magic the Mouse Facebook page and join the over 7,000
Over
followers
7,000. Congrats.
who enjoy their daily Disney news posts and photos. Also check them out on Instagram. You can also find the Magic of the Mouse, like I just said, on Instagram, Twitter. Just do a search for Magic of the Mouse. It's one of my favorite places to get it because he's a good photographer, which we'll talk about a little bit on the sports show. Also, be sure to check out Magic of the Mouse TV channel on YouTube, and don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and be notified when they post a new video from the Disney parks. Go over there because it's good content. Go over there because he's supporting me and my stuff, and Lynn and her stuff. Go over there because he deserves it. I'm a big believer in supporting creators. I do, and I did so before I asked for sponsors, and I'm proud of it. It kind of was, for me, it was almost my permission I was giving myself to ask for sponsorships because, there's a couple people that I've helped on Patreon, and there's a couple people that I've directly sponsored, and I actually made an offer to a friend of ours to do something that he was talking about. But I believe in it personally, and I hope that me doing this not only helps me, but helps people to see that this is a good way to do it. And by the way, Lynn needs some sponsors. She does great stuff. Check her out.
I need to do deluxe resort tours, and I can't afford it.
I was trying to work that in somehow. But I've loved tonight. I guess how I want to end it, and this is for the chat, but you answer, Lynn. It's for you, and anybody in chat who wants to speak up, let me know. Do either of these worry you? Does the not COPPA now kids potential senator bill worry you at all? Does YouTube controlling, demonetizing COVID Corona content worry you at all? Give me your thoughts. And anybody in chat, please let me know what you guys think.
So here's my stance I'm going to take at this point. And this is going back to months ago when kind of all this started, and the whole idea of the spark of imagination of this show that we do now, when I first messaged you about my concern with COPPA. And I'm going to say now, I will not worry myself about this. I am not going to worry about it until it's a problem, because I worried about the other things, and I know so many people that deleted all of the hours and hard work. Oh my God.
When I got all those messages in that time, October, November, whatever it was, at first I wasn't believing people. I thought they weren't really doing it. Then when I got so many messages, like every 5 or so, I just made that number up. But every now and then I would go to the personal channel and they would do no content.
No content, 5,000 subscribers.
Exactly. Exactly. And I had people messaging me talking about how it was so important to their life. And I don't even want to go there because it'll make me angry and sad. And it's because of misinformation.
Yes. So the stance I'm taking at this point in my life is I don't need any extra stress, and I am not going to stress about it. I'm not going to worry about it until there is something that has passed that directly applies to me and my channel, and then I will be concerned and I will make whatever changes I need to going forward when duty calls, when it is time to make changes.
Yeah, like Mar says, wait and see attitude. I think that's smart.
Yes. No, because you know what? Life is too short, and I can't use my very limited resources of energy to stress about things
Well, you
that aren't
can.
going to happen.
You can choose to, and many people do. Matter of fact, many people
Will
want
not.
to.
I'm making the choice not to do that because I choose positivity. I choose optimism. I choose looking forward to tomorrow and everything in the future. Yes, exactly. Liar, liar. Fear is a liar. And I'm not gonna sit there and worry about the unknown. That is the worst way to live your life. And
Right, Phil? Right, Phil? That's why I love it right there.
I'm not gonna live my life in fear and
There's
worry.
enough fear that is real. There's enough fear. Like it's almost like people don't act except for when we're talking about fear. Oh man, I hurt my knee. Yeah, well, I broke my ankle yesterday. Oh well, I got shot in the face. Oh well, like we have this competition. My life is worse than yours. Why? Like I remember the first time I
No.
learned what people were mad on Facebook
Yeah.
about a humble brag, and a humble brag apparently was this people talking about the best parts of their life, and all of a sudden being real became a thing. And I'm gonna keep it real, my man. Shut up. Shut up. If you're not sharing the best part of your life, you're not lying. If you're sharing the best part of your life, you're sharing the best part of your life.
Right.
Hey, my dog did what he did, and I stepped right in. We should talk about that for the next 30 minutes. Said nobody ever. That's
Right.
right. Like, when did a humble brag become a bad thing? When did keeping it real become more valuable than for spreading positivity? And
yes, exactly what I was gonna say. That's the thing is spread positivity. There is enough negative crap out there. Spread positivity because we need more of it always. There's never enough. Always spread positivity. Even if you're having the worst day ever, sometimes I have a real crap day. And you know what I still do? I still put a smile on my face and I still say, yes, hi, how are you? Yeah, I'm having a great day. How are
that's
you?
not being fake. That's serving someone.
Exactly. But if you have that smile on your face, you will start to feel the positivity. If you smile, you're going to start feeling happy because you're smiling.
Creepiest thing that I love.
Not like
No, I'm
like
gonna
that.
share with you.
Like a real smile.
Creepiest thing ever that turned me around. I'm going to share right now. So I go to a very big church, and my pastor's a great guy, and he's a lunatic, all in one. And he talks about how to stay positive. And this is like over a year ago. And he's up there. He says, "Look it. Sometimes you just got to laugh. You got to make yourself laugh,
Yeah.
even if there's nothing to laugh about." And then he's up there, and he starts fake laughing. Ha ha ha. And he doesn't let it go, and he keeps doing it. It was good. I don't know. I was one of however many were there. We were all uncomfortable for the first like 20 seconds because it was and he just kept going. And you know what he had in less than a minute?
Laughter.
All of us laughing.
Everybody
And you know why we
laughing.
were laughing? For no reason at all. And you know who felt
Yeah.
worse? Nobody.
Yeah.
So yeah, Blue
That's
Nose says,
me.
I'm not panicking, but I need to protect myself. All of us have different situations. And
Yeah.
there's two of my friends are in this chat, and two of them need to protect themselves in this current situation, and maybe more, right? And
Yeah.
there's nothing
It's
wrong with that. Let's be
what
real.
you said in the very beginning. In the very beginning of the stream, protect yourself. Do what you feel is best for you and those around you, your loved ones. No one person is to say what is right or wrong for your plan of action, but
Yeah.
you know what is best
Yeah.
for you
Make
and
a
your
plan.
family. Yes.
Make a plan. Work the plan. If you need help, ask for it.
Yes. And
I mean,
laugh.
if
Laugh
you're
a
in this
lot.
chat now, if you know my email, if you know my Instagram, if you know my Twitter, if you can get a hold of me, you have somebody who can help.
Absolutely.
Like if I don't live in your town, that's okay. I own a phone. I have internet access to the internet. My point is I'm happy to help anybody, but my point is everybody has what's the right way to say it? Everybody has a covering of the network they have.
Yeah.
10, 100, thousands of people that they can access if they need help.
Yeah.
Except the people that choose not to.
Not to. Yes.
and none of you are that, so if you need help, anybody, reach
both
out,
of us.
whether that's me or somebody in your life. Maybe you're sitting in chat and I've never heard from you. You don't know me from Adam. There's somebody you can think of that you could reach out to. If there's nobody, well, I don't believe you. You're not, you're not in a cabin somewhere with no internet access, so you don't have access to anyone. I mean,
right. Well, if you're here in the chat, you have people. We're all a family. We're all community. We all have each other's backs.
Who knows? I have months of toilet paper. I'm good to go.
Can you send me a roll?
Like 3 days ago, I was laughing at everybody, but now that I've learned that everybody on the planet, all y'all are crazy, I'm actually, I don't know how often in my life we go and buy toilet paper. Doesn't seem like it's that often, but at some point you have to. So at some point, all the crazy people who have all the toilet paper have to have their fill, right?
No.
Like,
don't get me started, Jeff.
Is there just like 5% of the world that has all the toilet paper? Are there like kingdoms in Saudi Arabia that are built on toilet paper that I'm unaware of? Like what the heck?
Can I have one short little rant about this really quick?
Yeah. Hey, Shelly.
So I can't get toilet paper.
Hold on. Okay. Go ahead.
Why'd you back up?
Yeah, you yelled so it scared me though.
Okay, so I cannot get toilet paper. My husband cannot get toilet paper. We cannot get toilet paper. So we started buying baby wipes. We have like 9 packages now, and we're sitting pretty in the Fresh and So Clean region of our lives. And I was talking about that, and somebody was saying that, well, parents that have babies can't buy baby wipes.
I agree with that.
Okay, wait 1 second. I can't buy toilet paper. I have 12 and 16-year-old boys that eat insane, ungodly amounts of food every single day. And if I don't have toilet paper, I need something for them. So,
number 1, stop having chili cook-offs at your house. Number 2,
they ate chili dogs last night.
2, I love being right. I love it. 2, I'm not saying those who don't have toilet paper shouldn't buy baby wipes. I'm saying jerk guy in Tennessee who's buying all of the stuff is screwing mom who needs it and grandma who needs it. I'm not saying if you don't have toilet paper, you shouldn't buy it. I'm saying those who are hoarding.
Stop hoarding.
Need a punch right here. I swear.
Yes.
If you're my daughter in chat, there's one place to punch people. Don't worry about what it looks like on TV.
Throat.
Right here.
Yeah.
Every time.
I'm not gonna disagree with that. No,
and
I absolutely won't, Miguel. I'm not. I'm done. Shop's closed.
So you've got a UFO over your head.
Oh yeah, that happens sometimes.
It kind of scared me.
It didn't me.
Mar says to your kids, your husband, and you, stop going to Taco Bell. Now, as a fan of Taco Bell, I can't agree with Mar on that. But
I wish I was going to Taco Bell because I'd be spending a lot less money on food
than
we are currently. It's
honey, we got $4.73. Let's go to Taco Bell. Boom.
Right.
I've done that. Not where I live right now, but we were renting a house.
Quesadilla for you. Quesadilla for you.
There was one, it was right across the freeway. It was like 6 minutes from my house. Yeah. Blue Nose, I think I saw you say that earlier.
Yeah.
I'm investing in Charmin, right?
Yeah. Bananas.
This is our dream. We have plenty of unmatched socks in the kids' drawer. Is that I don't really want to talk about that.
Yeah.
I'm investing in Charmin. So in all honesty, I will continue what I'm doing different with COVID-19 stuff, just because I think it's fun and funny. One of them will be I'm buying stock. Like I'm not, and again, I don't want to sound like I'm rich. I'm not. I'm middle class. I'm normal. If it's 144, if Disney's 144 4 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
No.
Yeah.
Don't.
I know you're not talking about it.
So I'm so sorry. Stop.
Soapy. I like it. And then it's 91 the other day, Thursday. Oh man, here, should we just stop with that's my toilet paper? No, put down that burrito. Is that what she's saying? What do you think? I told you to put the chili away. What else?
All right, I'm back on censored now.
Do you mute us too? Could you hear me?
I could. Yeah.
Oh, darn it. Well, then that's not as funny. Or maybe it's funny. It might be funny. I have to think about it.
Oh God.
I want to know and I really don't. So anyway,
no.
That's I'm sticking to it.
Any lip readers in chat?
Yeah, she's smart enough. She knows. She goes right off the edge. You know. So that's what I was doing. I was helping out. I was providing the service. We want to know what's going on.
Please, dear God, no, you don't. It's just not. It's just not.
They call the females too hot. So anyway, I don't know. I think we've done enough damage tonight. I don't know.
No, this is fun, and like we said, yeah, I don't know, 15 minutes ago, like the wrap up of, yes, I think value is provided, and stop. Sorry. The community, we got to stick together. High tide, we all rise together and stick together. Be a good person. Just be a good person and don't hoard things, please.
Blue Nose lied.
What did he say?
He said no pun intended, but he absolutely intended that pun.
Sex or cat shoot.
So
in Charmin.
So
right?
Disney was 91 and change to start trading Friday and ended at 102. With it closing, I suspect it's going to drop pretty hard this week.
Yeah.
And at some point, I'll buy two.
Yeah,
I'll buy two.
This week it's definitely gonna. This week is gonna be a rough week.
If it's at 90 and it goes to 140, it's $53. So, and so if you do want my link to Weeble,
good night, Gonzo.
Let me know. Yeah, see you, buddy. And I'll send you the link. But I don't know. I think we've probably done enough damage for tonight. What else do you want them to know, if anything, about what you got going on your channel, on your show, on your Hey Detroit Disney Duo?
Hey. So I said I was gonna have my what was it? My birthday trip day of.
Ooh, that reminds me.
What was it? Oh my God, I'm brain farting right now. The new Star Wars ride, Rise. So I have it edited, but I need to go back in and I need to trim the fat. I wanted to upload it today, but I didn't get a chance to go back in, and I'm not happy with what I have right now. So I'm going to go back in and take some of it out and make it better. And that's part of Creator Talk. I'm going to share that with you guys, that I said to Sean, I was like, I'm just going to upload it because I said I was going to. And he's like, you said you wanted to re-edit it and you should do that and not rush it because you wanted to do something else with it. So I took his advice and I'm going to be another day or two on that, but it'll be up when I have time. I've been sleeping a lot more because my body has requested it and I have obliged. So
yeah, I was going to ask you, we kind of pre-show talked about not talking about COVID very much, but I did want to ask you what are you going to do different? So, hey, see it, Santa Claus Logan, what are you going to do differently this week? I mean, can I ask you that? Is that okay? Do you want to share that?
I mean, I'm just, my kids are home, and so they're eating me out of house and home, and I work in the service industry, and that is down, that is slower right now. So
yeah,
that's something I'm dealing with, and one day at a time. That's the only way I can do it. So we're
in the house. Hey, Aurelian. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
keeping clean, sanitizing, and just doing all the things that we're supposed to be doing.
Here, when are you going back to Disney? When do you think they're opening? And then I want to make. I've got some trip announcements, so I'll make them here. But if it was open, would you go? I guess is really what I want to ask. When are you going? When do you think it will be open? Would this stop? Like if they didn't close down, would you go right now? I mean, tonight
No,
you wouldn't.
no, absolutely
The
not.
parks weren't empty. The parks were.
No.
Air TV One just ended their stream, and the parks were not empty. Even at the end, what time is it? It's. Hey, Louie. It is. I don't even know what time it is. Where's my clock? It's 11 o'clock here, so it's almost midnight there. The streams have been closed for an hour already. The place is still fairly packed. Hey, Our World Disney. Hey, buddy, welcome in. By the way, I don't even know what time it is where you're at. You're oh, very cool. Thank you for what you do, buddy. If you guys don't know him, he's protecting us overseas. Give him some love. Yeah, there you go, Chris. That's so terrifying. I think that it's important to kind of share what we'd be doing differently because I think some people don't know. Should I freak out? Should I stay calm? I mean, I'll speak to it real fast, and then please continue where you were. I'm going to do a little different because what we do, we've been called to go help. Again, we run after school programs, and so we're actually starting a new program because there's a need, and we can, and it is what it is. So we're actually going to be busier with work. While lots of people are going home, me and my family and our business are going to be a little more busy than normal. And we're real excited about it. I got to be honest. What else am I going to do different? I jokingly but honestly said I'm going to buy 2 shares of stock sometime this week. I'm not going to do it at open tomorrow because I suspect it's going to go down this week. What do I know? Hey, Hitchhiking Bones, what's going on? I'm washing my hands more. I'm calling my mom. Well, we kind of talked about this at the beginning of the show, but a lot of people are in here now that weren't in here before. I'm watching news. I'm not obsessing with news. Now, to be fair, I watch news more than the average bear. I really kind of like it. I like being informed. I think right now I'll probably turn it off a little more because at some point, like when you've watched the news and you heard the same dude or dudette say the same thing 3 times, at some point that's a little dumb. Hello, Ron. What's going on, my friend? Glad you're here. So I think that there's a fine line between being informed and obsessing. Hey, Tanya, how are you? I think that where are you with that? Like, how are you getting your news now? Where are you getting your information, and why?
Well.
Hey, Michael Briggs.
For one, so to finish answering the question you asked before was, would I be at the parks if I could be there right now? The answer is no. I really appreciate all of the people that were there streaming so they could share the magic with us. I think it's amazing, and I really appreciate it and love it. Why are you taking my water?
Thank you, Ron.
What, is this real Fiji? Yeah, that's real Fiji water. Put it back.
Is it a real Fiji water? That was
drink your peasant water. Put it back. Go. Yeah. Come on.
Sean. Is Sean down for the?
No, this is my 16-year-old. He's chugging my Fiji water in front of me. Anyway.
Hi, Tobin. How are you? Hey, I see a bunch of people popping in, probably coming over from Resort TV One. Love you all. I've been watching Resort TV One all night too. Thank you guys for being here. Lynn Wright, what's going on? I trust BBC more than accurate news. I don't know BBC real well, to be honest. Hey, Rose, I appreciate you coming over. I don't know about the BBC. I think that no matter where you get it, it's important to listen to other things too, especially right now.
Yeah.
Because some people are putting out information to keep you safe. Some people are putting out information for you to stay on their channel all day. And some people are putting out information because they have an agenda on either side of the political aisle.
Right.
And it's kind of crazy, right? It's kind of crazy.
Yes, absolutely. So one thing I wanted to touch on is that the news yesterday of Disney canceling all of the Disney college programs and sending all of the kids home by the 18th. So what that means is Disney is losing over half of their staff until that the Disney college program is a huge amount of Disney staff. And the next college program doesn't start until May. And that is if people are accepted and they start training them and going through all of that. So what that means to me is absolutely without a doubt, Disney is going to be closed for more than 2 weeks. Like it's not going to be 2 weeks. It's going to be more than that because if they're sending at least half of their staff home, how are they going to open the parks in bare bone staff?
Well, okay. So without knowing, the answer is they're sending home part-time staff. Not, come on. If the state government of New York is sending home all their non-essential staff, Disney can. There's plenty. This is going to sound a little brutal. There's plenty of people who are necessary. There's way more people who are helpful, and there's even another level of it's nice to have them. When things are going great in my business, again, I'm a nonprofit, I can hire more people to let my key staff have a little break. Every summer it gets really, really hot, and we're in Texas, and we have a store. It's a resale shop, and there's 4 major rooms. 2 of the rooms are air conditioned and they're fine, and then 2 of the rooms are not. And mostly all the work happens in the 2 rooms that are air conditioned, but some of the time you got to go in there. And so in the summertime, if finances are strong, I'll hire a couple more people. Do we need them? No, it's just nice to do. No disrespect to college program members, all that, but they're non-essential. They're wonderful. I love them. But if the state of New York, if the state of fill in the blank can send home non-essential people for 8 weeks, so can every company in America. If you're that tight that you don't have extra, and I do run a nonprofit, and we generally are that tight that we can't hire extra. But if I can, Disney can. If Disney can, I mean, this federal government can, the state government can. So I don't know. I don't want to get too into the weeds there, but they can open. Not everything's not going to look like a haunted mansion full of cobwebs when they open up. Whether that be
I don't think that at all.
Going to get painted faster, and yeah, I do want to say that Louis in Cobble. Well, there it is. It's 8:23 a.m. in Cobble. Been on the stream since 1:30 a.m. I've been watching him in the Resort TV One chat. I think I got on there 4 o'clock my time, and I think he's been in there all the time. So thank you for all you do. Stay safe. So, and let's be real. We got to keep it in perspective. First world problems. I'm in Texas. You're in Florida. We're both at some risk. Our man here is in Kabul. And I mean, my gosh, Italy is basically shut down, especially northern Italy. Iran, South Korea. There's places that, I mean, are no joke, serious, scary stuff.
Right.
Now, that said, you're still more likely to get hit by a car. You're still more likely to get the flu and have serious. I'm not poo-pooing this, please. I'm not. But come on. Most of this is we want to freak out. Most of this is, I'm sorry that grandma needs to be separated. My mom, I'm 50, so you guys do the math, all right? I'm not worried about mom, but I'll be following. I'll check. Mom, please don't go to the symphony. You don't need to go to see Hamilton.
Right.
Don't go on that cruise. I don't care when you bought it.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh my God, I just had that conversation with my mom tonight. Yeah.
True. Oh, but we've been saving for 6 years. Buy her a cruise. Figure it out. But not now, right? Hey, from Ohio, Mike. That's cool. I don't know. We got off on a little tangent there, but I don't know. I hope this is helpful. I think it's important. I hope I'm not spreading, like, if we're talking about Mickey Mouse and Disney and how good, Onward is, I'm not worried about saying the wrong thing. I'm a tad worried. I don't want to put anybody down the wrong way, but I will say this. If I calm somebody down, if we calm somebody down, if something you say or I say can calm somebody down, I only think that's good. Hey, Jacob from Kansas City, one of my good friends and a fellow Disney creator. Myers and the Mouse is from your neck of the woods. My mom lives in St. Louis. So welcome in, Jacob. I do see some new names in here. Welcome in. I'm assuming you're all from Resort TV One. So thanks. I love Resort TV One. I'm a proud sponsor of Resort TV One. Magic of the Mouse TV is a sponsor of this channel. He's in the chat there. He just popped in. He says, my son is a Patriot missile operator. So check him out. He's our sponsor. And this is the Lynn Project. If you don't know her, check out her channel. Links are in the description. Click on their chats in there. If you're brand new, welcome. If you're a long-time veteran, like Mar, Blue Nose, or any Hitchhiking Bones, any of those people who are in here a lot, I appreciate you guys. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate that. Please sub to Magic of the Mouse, our sponsor, and Lynn, who you're looking at right here too. They're good people and great content creator. I don't know when I do it. When I do it, it's just creepy, right? When I do it, it's like, no, I swear I have a chin. Like if I shave this off, would I have a chin anymore? I don't know.
Stop it.
It looks a little sideways now that I'm paying attention. And this is your fault. I wouldn't have thought of it. Why do I think of Sound of the Music when you do this?
Wait, is that Vogue?
I mean, when you say it's Vogue, Semper Fi is right. My dad was from me. Yeah, exactly.
We all need to stay positive, and however long this ends up lasting for, we're still going to keep bringing the magic. Disney-based channel. I plan on bringing magic and positivity to my channel all throughout however long this lasts. And whenever I can get back to Disney, I'll get back to Disney. And that's not going to define my life. But as long as I need to stay away to stay safe and keep other people safe, and I'm not necessarily worried about myself, but about spreading it, whatever, all of it. I want everyone to be safe and what's best for all of us. So whatever that means, we're all in it together, and
Yeah.
we're all here. We're talking right now. You're in Texas, I'm in Florida, and we're all 43 people in the chat, and we're having a conversation.
Kabul. Far
Don't
away.
ask me how to pronounce something.
I'm not sure what it is, to be honest. Afghanistan, right? Pretty sure Afghanistan. And he says his son was in the Marines for 5 years, going to college now. That's all. My dad was a Marine.
Amazing.
I think he was in for 4. Yeah, Blue Nose. Guess answering somebody's question. I do. I live right by Naval Air Station, Fort Worth, and me and Blue Nose talk about it a lot. I love it. I didn't serve. I wish I had served. 18-year-old snot-nosed Jeff didn't appreciate it like 50-year-old. Well, still snot-nosed Jeff does. But I lived near Miramar in San Diego for years. I mean, not as close as I do to this one, but I had friends. Anyway, whatever. I love watching the planes, and we had to sign a waiver or an understanding, whatever the form was when we bought this house, that you're over a flight, you're under a flight path, and your house is going to get buzzed, and you can't sue us or whatever. I'm like, You kidding me? Sold. I love it. I love it so much. Why am I telling you? Oh, because Blue Nose. But if you're serving now and or have ever served, like Mr. Carry On, I hope I'm saying your last name right, does salute. Love you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for your service. People. All of you guys, thank you so much for your service in the chat. I know that we have a few of them. We really appreciate that.
Yep, and I like what Nick says here. Just live your life. Do not fear it and stay safe. Amen.
Yes, preach. Absolutely.
And the Orlando guy, who is in Orlando, says I-4 is a parking lot. I bet all of the Orlando theme parks.
Yes.
All, not just Disney ended tonight, right? I think
Universal.
All Disney did for sure. I'm assuming the other ones did too. So, yeah. Good thing you don't have to go to work tomorrow. If you don't, I do. Again, I shared earlier, I'll be working more hours than I did last week. But that's okay. It's all good. We get to work. It's fun. I'm not going to cry. I'm going to play ping pong and dodgeball and say don't hit your sister with your backpack. It's not that bad.
That's great.
Hoorah! I was in the Army for 8 years as Detroit Disney Duo. That's cool. Detroit Disney Duo. I actually thought of you today. I was watching a 30 for 30. It was in the background. I was doing some YouTube things on Dennis Rodman, and I thought of Detroit Disney Duo. Anyway, I think we should probably wrap it up here. I hate to wrap it up when new people came in. I just feel like it's weird, but I appreciate you all. Again, before we go, if you're new here, I appreciate you. Thanks for subbing. If you did, I saw a bunch of new people join the channel. That's Lynn. Go give her some love. Our sponsor, Magic of the Mouse TV, is in chat. Please go give him some love. I'll drop his link to his podcast one more time. I really need you to go over to my episode of the podcast because the Orlando guy surpassed me already. Apparently during this stream it happened, and I like being number 1. I don't like being number 2.
Just wait, Jeff. I'm up next.
Yeah, I really want to support his channel, but right now I feel like I'm going to come in third here shortly. So I'm going to have to beg my way onto the show again, and I don't know, do something crazy.
Lynn's unite, Lynn, right?
Lynn's unite. Chris A, no, thank you. I appreciate you. Lynn, gotcha. Good. Thank you, Lynn, for uniting. Aurelian, Captain Akron. I got yelled at. Did you hear about that? Did I tell you that?
Mm-mm.
So I've been calling Captain Akron in my chat, like since I know him for a long time. Feels like a long time. And was it Mar? Somebody pointed out to me, "Hey, idiot, it's Akron, like in Ohio." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah." That makes sense.
Yeah, that does make sense. Akron, Ohio.
Sorry.
Akron. You know what? I
mean, Akron's not even a thing. Like, where did I come? It's not like Jeff. You can only pronounce, Jeff. Akron. It's not even a thing. I kind of made that up, right?
Yeah. No, I pronounce everything wrong, so
No,
I would be forgiven immediately because that's just
Mar,
expected.
Mar says yup, and then she follows it up with, "I didn't call you an idiot." That's right. I call myself an idiot enough for everybody.
Oh man, that's funny. So coming up, I will
Thank
have,
you.
let's see, I
Really.
have Rise of Resistance, spoilers in it. It'll be mostly the full ride and checking in with the Lynn Project Thursday night and on my live stream show on my channel with Triple P on Saturday morning at 11 a.m. And then I'm working on my Animal Kingdom Lodge resort tour.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that one.
Working on that. You?
Mar, I'm only kidding. I know you didn't call me that.
Of course, Samar would never do that.
He's way too nice.
Way too nice.
Mar has enough nice in her that I don't even have to be nice anymore, which I really appreciate. The Goodyear blimp and the Football Hall of Fame. Where'd it go? Oh yeah, in Akron.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. I got stuff. What do I got? Next week.
Akron, Ohio.
Next week on Disney, we got Wrestling with Disney. Week after that, we got Corey Meets World. Those are going to be two great ones. Wrestling with Disney has a big footprint on Facebook, and if you're here, you know who Corey Meets Disney. Corey Meets Disney. Corey Meets World. Corey Meets Disney works too, though. Corey Meets World. I'm looking forward to those 2 weeks. DizTube is always
stream tonight.
Precedes this. This show is always right after it. It's Creator Talk. And we don't generally have a plan. We usually talk on Thursday or Friday or Saturday or Sunday, and we usually pick something on Saturday because there's always news. We usually go an hour. Tonight we went a little longer. And then I go on Friday nights. We talk about Disney Pins. Saturday mornings, we talk, me and my wife have what we call Beauty and the Beast, blah, 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 blah. Just when I do that, I get sick of me. I feel like there's too much. Oh, and there's more. Tuesday, we're going to be doing some sports stuff with my buddy from Magic and the Mouse TV, even though he's a Philly fan. I've forgiven him. So I think that Corey is a great guy, really, and you're totally right. Prayers, yes, prayers for a dumb protect, absolutely, to you and everyone living, and frankly, all of us. So I'm going to leave it with fear is a freaking liar. Ignore him or her being fear. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. That's not saying there's not stuff to be worried about. There is stuff to be worried about. Don't worry about it. Have a plan. Wash your hands. Check on people who you should be checking on.
Be nice to one another.
The fear will hurt more people than this virus. That doesn't mean the virus isn't deadly, but keep that in mind. And what'd you say, Lynn? Because I want you to say it again because I love it.
Be nice to one another. Be kind. Show compassion. Help one another. Lift each other up. Please, just let's come together as a community because we're all in this together.
I think that's it for tonight. It's a great place to end it. Luna, Jacob, Noah, Blue Nose. Thanks for the super chats. Aurelian, Shelly, Mar, everybody. I can't name everybody. Lynn, everybody who's new to this channel. Everybody's new to Lynn's channel. If you subscribe to my channel, you didn't subscribe to Lynn and Bill, Magic the Mouse, I'm going to take it personally. Get over there. Give them some love. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys.
Whether you're in Afghanistan or LA or Akron or Akron
Tennessee,
or wherever you live.
Wherever you are.
Be safe. Be smart. Don't stress.
Thank you for being here.
That's it. Bye, everybody.
Hey,
have a great night.
Have a great week.
Later.